why are you getting into this business? And they'll typically respond, well, I need to make some extra money. I don't leave it there at that and say, okay, go ahead, write down, I want to make some extra money. Why do you want to make some extra money? I ask them why to each question that they do at least 4 or 5 times. Why do you want to make some extra money? Well, because my house is too small. And how does that make you feel? Why are you upset that your house is so small? Well, because I have 5 kids and they're all sharing 1 bedroom. How does that make you feel as a father? Why do you want to get out of that small house? I ask them why a few times to kind of get down to the real reason. Because when you ask somebody why, the first answer is like a typical answer that we all get. It's a surface answer. You want to get below the surface of that reason that they gave you, because that's what's really going to motivate them. Because we as sponsors need to understand why that associate is doing this business, the real reason why. Because when they're not doing things, when they're going through those trials and tribulations that we all go through, you need to understand their reason why to inspire them to continue. To say, you know, I mean, my new friend over there, Leo, hey Leo, you said that you wanted to go to Japan with me, man, and I see you're not doing the work. I guess I'm gonna have to find somebody else. No, I really want to do it. Then listen, we have to go out there and do. Who can I help you call today? So things like that. Or if he didn't show up at the briefing and he said, hey, I'm planning on making if he told me, hey, I want to make $100,000 a year in this business, and I don't see him at the next business briefing or the training, when I know that these are vital things to being successful in this business. We don't want you to come here just so that we can see your face. We love seeing your faces. But the reason you come to the business briefings and the trainings is to get yourself better, to understand the plan better, to understand how to present better, to invite more people to take a look at it so that you don't have to be the one explaining it to them. It's all for the reason of building your business. And we want to make sure that you guys are successful, because when you're successful, we are successful as well. If I don't have a guest, I'm still going to come to the briefing, because maybe I can share my story with someone to help you sign up people. And when I help you sign up people, that's going to lead to them inviting more people and having more guests, and then the room gets even bigger. And when we have a room full of hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of people, that person, that guest that comes into a room full with 1,000 people, they don't even know what we're offering, and they say, man, I'm in 1,000 people in here, this has got to be good. So we want to get to that point as well. So after the why, we want to help them create the list. The list is everything. The list is your inventory. You cannot have a business without having inventory. It would make you look foolish as a business owner if you own a McDonald's and you had no French fries or burger buns, right? What are you going to tell them? Well, we don't have any right now. You can come back tomorrow. No, they're hungry. They're going to go somewhere else and buy the burgers and the fries from someplace else. So if you don't have a list, you're not in business. Now, here's the number one challenging thing that a lot of new associates face. They're afraid. They think that, oh, if I put down this person's name, he's going to make me call them. And I can't talk to them. I don't know what to say. No, don't worry about it. We're not asking you to go call them and explain things to them. Far from it. We have a process. There's the exposure process. You make your contact list, use the tools, and you are not a tool. You're not a tool. There's a double meaning to that. The younger guys know what I'm talking about. Use the tool, use the support team, your sponsor, third party, and use the live events. If you follow that process, and your sponsor can help you with that. Matter of fact, I had a brand new associate that one of my team members sponsored, and she gave me so much trouble getting this list. And I said, you know what? Don't worry about the list. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to just start naming a whole bunch of different occupations. And don't worry if you don't know their name. If you don't know their name, put the guy with the red hat, girl that cuts my hair, guy who cleans my lawn, all those different things. I gave her 2 minutes to write down as many names as she could and clear her head. And she ended up with 40-something names in 2 minutes.
Wow.
And she was amazed, like, I did not know I knew that many people. And then I pulled out her cell phone and I said, look, there's 200 people in here. You want to put down as many people as you can, because we're not calling them to sell them anything. You're calling them to expose them to the information. That's it. Let them make the decision for themselves. So you want to launch, once you make that list, you want to launch your business with a private business reception, which is an at-home meeting where you can either have your sponsor come over and do a presentation for you, or you can use a DVD that's included in your package, and that DVD will do the work for you. Matter of fact, when I got started, I could not do a presentation. Matter of fact, I was afraid of crowds. I could not stand in front of you guys like I am right now. That's a whole nother story for another time. But like I mentioned, I was working 80 hours a week. Do you think that I had a lot of time to sit down with people one by one and explain to them the membership? I didn't have a lot of time, so what did I do? During the week, when I came home from work, on my way back from work, I would call my list. I'll say, hey, John, hey, what's going on, Ms. Joel? You good? Perfect. Listen, what are you doing Saturday at 7 o'clock? Nothing? Perfect. Listen, I'm having a get-together at my house. I just started a business project that I'm really excited about, and I just want to invite all the people that I care about, the people whose opinion I respect and admire, and I just want you guys to just give me your opinion on what I'm working on. Can I count on you to be there? Sure. Okay, great. I'll see you there. That's all I did. During the week, just invited people to my private business reception. When they came out, again, I did not know how to do a presentation. I didn't stand in front of them in the suit and say, hey guys, how you doing? Joel Estrada. No, don't be weird. I just say, hey guys, thanks for coming out. As you guys know, I work a lot of hours, 80 hours a week. I'm frustrated with that. I don't get to spend time with you guys as often as I would like. But look, we need money, I need money, I got student bills. I think I found a way that eventually can help me get out of my job and have more time for you. And I wanted to share that with you guys and get your opinion. So do me a favor, turn off your cell phones, just pay attention. Any questions you have, save it until afterwards. I'm gonna play this DVD real quick. Boom, play, sit down, I watched it. 30 minutes later, presentation is done. If they had any questions, picked up the phone, called my sponsor answered questions for them. They signed up, and I did that every single Saturday because I didn't have time. But I spent my time inviting them out. The DVD did the work. And there was a Saturday where, again, I did not know how to do a presentation, but for one Saturday PBR, I made $1,900.
Nice.
From one PBR. Do you think I wanted to do more PBRs?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So private conference calls are another area. You can use that as well. That's basically a PBR over the phone. Now, a lot of people can't come over to the house, but you can easily have a conference call number, and again, your sponsor can share with you one of those numbers that you can use, and invite people onto that call, and somebody can help you do a presentation. And all of that will be taken care of for you. So talk to the sponsor about that. Get plugged in. We talked about getting plugged in as well. So again, definitely do your first step with your brand new associate so that they can get started right. So Tony Robbins says, how am I going to live today in order to create the tomorrow I'm committed to? We're going to talk about building your team, sponsoring new associates. So learning objectives, we're going to discuss the power of team performance, describe activities for sponsoring new associates, identify the 4 C's of team building, implement the next steps for building your team. John Wooden says that the main ingredient of stardom is the rest of the team. Your team is everything. And here's the thing, I don't care how good you are. You could be the best salesperson in Legal Shield. You could sell 100 memberships or 1,000 memberships a month. I will clap for you if you can do that. But you will never beat the person who is able to build a good team, and that team is able to produce 1,000 memberships, 2,000 memberships, 10,000 memberships, 30,000 memberships. How many of you want a team that's able to market 30,000 memberships in a month? That's
Bring it on.
a great team. That's the fly to Japan and invite total strangers if you want type of team. So sponsoring new associates, we talked about the first step document. Notice this is the first thing it says on there. So that's a pretty important step. Encourage them to listen to the next step training CDs. Again, you may be a brand new associate sponsoring someone and you may not know how to train them. We don't want you to train them. All the training is there already. You help them with the first step training. If you don't know how to do it, reach out to your sponsor to help you do it. You let them know, hey, listen, I'm listening to these CDs that came in my package. I listened to them on the way to work. I need you to listen to that as well because it's going to help you. While you're learning and being trained, your associates, your new associates, are also learning and being trained. I did not train my new associates. I just followed the steps that everybody was telling me to do, which is listen to the CDs, come out to the presentations and the trainings. Share the meeting locations and the schedules with them. When you come out to a presentation, again, when you come out to a presentation, have your associates there. You can't tell your associates, hey, go to the presentation, go to the training and the briefing, and you not be there. Then they're going to be like, okay, what are you talking about? You have to be there as an example to them because they're able to come out here and get the information that they need, and then they're going to invite people to come out here and get the information that they need, and that's how you build a team. Model the behavior they need to be successful. So don't just tell them what to do what you say, what you're telling them to do. Get the new associate registered for basic training and attend the basic training with the associate. We talked about that early on. The basic training is a 3-hour course that goes into about the memberships, all the ins and outs of it, about the associate benefits and all those different things. They're going to get all the information that they need to get comfortable because this is totally different. This is something completely new. A lot of people have never owned a business in their life. A lot of people have never worked for themselves in their life. So we are able to help them by giving them all the information that they need there. Get the associates plugged into the weekly business briefing trainings. We talked about that already. Tips for sponsors. Discuss goals. That's one thing we're going to discuss on Saturday. So you need to be there on Saturday and be there with your team, because we're going to discuss goals and help them. So maybe you don't know how to do that. We will help you with that. Check in with them regularly. How many of you have kids? Just by a show of hands. How many of you have small children? Some of you have big children and you still don't even leave them alone. Amen. My mom calls me every week. I'm a grown man, and my mom calls me every week to check up on me. So if you will do that for your kids who have moved away, why don't you do that with your associate? Why don't you call them and say, hey, Xavier, how you doing, man? Everything good? Perfect. Listen, I just want to let you know, man, I had a fantastic day. Discuss what you did today. Man, I had a fantastic day. I met this guy at Big Lots. I gave him my card and everything, and he's supposed to be coming out on Saturday. What about you? Have you invited anybody yet? No? Hey, listen, I have 5 minutes. Let's make 2 phone calls, and I'll help you with that. I'm not telling you to spend 30 minutes on the phone with them, but 5 minutes just to be a friend, to check up on them. Not, I'm checking to see if you did anything. You better do something. You're my team. You work for me. They don't work for you. But by encouraging them and helping them and saying, hey, I'm here for you. Who can I call? I got 2 exposures today. What about you? Let me help you. Who can I call today to help you with your business? So check on them regularly. Promote the corporate training calls that we have. Encourage associates to dial into the conference calls. Again, you're plugging them in. You're getting them fed. You're keeping them close to the fire so that they can stay warm. And guys, honestly, I owe everything. Other than God, all my success that I've had in this business is because I listened to that one thing. I plugged into every event. My actual sponsor was not even living here in Florida. She lives in North Carolina. She had no choice but to plug me into the system. She had no choice but to call me and say, hey, dial onto this call. I'll 3-way you in. Hey, get on the corporate call. I'll 3-way you in. Hey, there's a business briefing. Let me introduce you to the guy who's in charge of that business briefing. He's going to meet up with you. And hey, I'm going out to this corporate sponsored event on Saturday in Las Vegas. Meet me there. By going to these events, I started learning everything that I needed to know about being successful in business. So these are a list of different conference calls. Take a picture of it because we're going to move on. But these are all the conference calls that we have, no matter what area of the business you focus on, whether it be employee benefits, small business, or sponsoring people. So clear vision, communication, concrete goals, and celebration. What is your why? We spoke about that. How will you get there? We're going to talk about that. I'm going to skip this video for the sake of time. Communications, we talked about the weekly briefing and trainings. There's luncheons going on. If there isn't a luncheon going on in your area, you can start a luncheon in that area. Matter of fact, as early as next week, we're gonna announce this later on, but we're gonna be having luncheons with platinum executive directors that are traveling into Florida. Now, you wanna get people there. Here's the thing, most business is done during lunch. Everybody has lunch, unless they're a slave, and slavery has been outlawed. So you gotta have lunch. So you can invite somebody, hey, what are you doing for lunch? Xavier, let me take you out to lunch. I would rather spend $10 taking Xavier, my coworker, to lunch to meet a platinum executive director who has time freedom and income, and let them do the presentation for him and let Xavier sign up. Yeah, I'm paying his $10, but I just made $100 from signing them up for the membership, and maybe more by signing them up as an associate. So take advantage of the luncheons, the conference calls, regional, national events, social media. Celebrate success. When an associate does something, when I call Xavier to say, hey Xavier, I got 2 guests coming out, what about you? Oh man, I have 1 guest coming out on Saturday. Man, congratulations Xavier, that's awesome. If I check my back office and I see that he sold a membership or sponsored someone, I'm not gonna say, yay me, I made more money. I'm calling Xavier to say, hey, congratulations, man, I saw that you sold a membership, man. Awesome, tell me about it, how did you do it? Man, congratulations, that's a big step. If you need help with anything, I'm there for you, I'm gonna help you with it. Make it a big deal. If you have a team call, call your executive director and let them know, hey, Xavier just FastStart qualified. Xavier just Performance Club qualified. You wanna celebrate those moments, not just for his sake, so that he continues to do it, but the rest of your team who hears, man, Xavier just got boosted up. Wow, we just got an award. For what? For getting 5 points? Man, I could do that. That's what motivated me. So that's going to get the rest of your team going. Reaffirm the priorities, motivate other associates, like we said, build relationships. Again, you don't want to do business with people that you don't like. A lot of these, matter of fact, I'm proud to call Mr. Sardi and his wife my friends. We're not part of the same team, but as long as the people that I know and care about in this business are in this business, I will forever be here. And the same thing will happen with your associates. If you become a friend to them, it's a lot easier to leave a business than to leave a friend. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, sir.
So you want to build that relationship with them. Find out who their spouse is, their kids' names, what they do for hobbies. Do they like sports? Watch sports with them. Hey, let's go out to the bar. Let's go out to the beach. Let's have fun. You know, again, get to know them, build that relationship with them, and it strengthens camaraderie. So clear vision, concrete goals, communication, and celebration. So by now, hopefully you guys understand, you know, some of the basic steps. We went through it very quickly, but again, it's really all about helping people get started right, plugging them into the system that we have, building that relationship with them, and being available to help them out in any way that you can. So with that, thank you guys for coming out. I will see you guys on Saturday at the event. I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Sardine.
All right, before you go, before you go, just a couple of quick announcements.